Well, welcome back to The Megan Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have a little secret. I have been watching YouTube for about 15 years, since I was in middle school, and today I wanted to give you a little insight into what I've been watching over those last 15 years. I want to go through how the YouTube landscape has changed, touch on my favorite creators over the years and how those have changed, so just keep watching. The Megan Show. YouTube had already been around for about 5 years by the time I started watching it in 2010. I was in 8th grade, and in those days it was all about the memes and which I guess they weren't memes yet, but comedy skits and people doing comedy on YouTube. The video Shoes is like a memory from 8th grade that was like, oh my god, like shoes. Where's the Chapstick, of course, a classic video that this girl probably didn't even know would ever become such a millennial meme. People were doing comedy like Fred with that high-pitched voice, and like how naive I was at 14, wondering how his voice sounded like that. Just like funny stuff like that. But also I started watching some creators that were already getting big on YouTube, like Jenna Marbles. She is so funny, and I watched her for so many years, and I miss her so much on YouTube now. But I'm sure that she is in a much better mental state without having to be on social media all the time. Graveyard Girl was another classic of the early 2010s. She was so interesting looking and had such a big personality, and it was so fun to watch her. I still watch her from time to time now, and she is one of those like OG creators. She's been on YouTube for so many years. In those early years, it was about the British YouTubers, Zoella, Alfie, Marcus Smart, Louise Pentland. I love them so much. I love Zoe to this day. Her and Alfie are engaged. Oh my gosh, like, can you imagine? It was such an exciting time in those early days when they were getting together, and people were speculating about them being a couple. Now they have 2 kids who are so precious and adorable. Sam and Nick Chapman from Real Techniques in those early days started learning about Real Techniques as a brand, how awesome they are. And again, they are still such a high quality makeup brush brand to this day. I use their products, so those early days is when I started watching them. BuzzFeed Video was big on YouTube. They had multiple different channels. BuzzFeed Nifty, of course, the Try Guys came from that era. And Lord knows, we've seen how things have changed in these last few years. I like a lot of the new people they've introduced in the Try Guys. Johnny Cakes, love him. But BuzzFeed, Quinta Brunson from Abbott Elementary came from the BuzzFeed era. Sophia Nygaard, Kitchen and Jorn, they have their own YouTube channel. So a lot of BuzzFeed creators have since become, individual YouTube creators. So shout out to all the BuzzFeed people. Towards 2012, 2013, I was getting later in high school, towards my senior year, and that was when I started getting into makeup YouTubers. Emily Noel 83 and Jessica Braun. I've been watching them since those early days. I still watch them now. Started watching all of their makeup videos, getting tips and techniques, getting recommendations for products to buy, and that was really how I started dipping my toe into the beauty guru era, and that's what's up next. So now we're in 2014. I just graduated high school, I'm starting college, and I'm diving deep into the beauty guru era. This is the Manny MUA, Patrick Starr, Shan XO, Lauren Curtis, Jaclyn Hill, Raw Beauty Christie. All of these big beauty creators were really, I was watching all of their videos, and they were all uploading so often, just daily, like every day of the week. I probably had a new person to keep up with, to watch, and oh my gosh, those were the days that I was learning all about makeup technique, all about product recommendations, buying stuff from Ulta and Sephora all the time, getting the latest eyeshadow palette that was out, just really building my collection. I got the Alex drawers and Alex desk for my makeup. I was just really building a collection at that time, watching everybody's videos. And those were the days. That was just in the makeup boom era. I mean, I was watching other creators like Made You Look and Mikey doing special effects makeup. Those were the years of the NYX Face Awards. Raw Beauty Christie was in that along with Mikey at different years. Those were just everything was about makeup in those years. I did not miss an Emily Noel video. She at one time had 3 different YouTube channels. One was a vlog channel, one was like her express mini reviews channel, and her main channel. Miss Emily was just pumping out the videos. She still is, but just down to 1 channel. But I was just really in my learning makeup techniques era. The current era we're in is the pandemic, post-pandemic era, and my tastes have changed with what I'm watching on YouTube, and not only me, but a lot of people, because YouTubers started reacting to how people were not watching beauty videos as often. That beauty boom era, 2014 to 18, I was learning all techniques and getting product recommendations constantly, just inundated. And by the time 2019 came around, I was less interested in buying the hot new product or learning the new technique, because I felt, I already learned as much as I needed to learn and bought as much as I needed to buy, and I was just watching beauty videos less often. So once the pandemic hit in 2020, everyone was home and we were watching longer form content. I started getting back into Good Mythical Morning, which of course I watched back in the day. It's been on the air for many, many years, 15 plus years probably. Rhett and Link have been making YouTube videos and just making videos on the internet in general, like way back in the day. So I got into them again, started watching Good Mythical Morning. I still watch it almost every day. It's like a lunchtime little entertainment now, but I also watch some of their longer form content, their ear biscuits. They're making more videos on their Rhett and Link channel that are more creative. I'm watching those. But I also, in this time, have gotten into watching podcasts on YouTube. I'm less of an audio-only listener more than I like watching podcasts on YouTube where, say, Rhett and Link's Ear Biscuits, they talk about trips they go on with their family, and they're putting up B-roll of when they go scuba diving with their family. And I just think that's pretty fun to be able to watch that rather than just listen to it. So that's just me. I also started getting into true crime on YouTube, like Kendall Rae and Bailey Sarian, and I watch true crime on regular TV, Oxygen and the OWN network, watching Snapped and Dateline and things like that on TV. Well, with Kendall Rae and those type of true crime YouTubers, they were sharing those type of stories on YouTube and, editing it in a little different way to make it interesting. So I still watch some true crime, but some of it nowadays in these more recent years is a little too brutal, and I honestly don't consume as much true crime because it's not good for my mental health sometimes to hear these horrific stories. So I do watch it less often, but sometimes that morbid curiosity gets the best of me. So although I watch less beauty content, I still am subscribed to a lot of those beauty YouTubers I was subscribed to all along. I'm still watching Emily and Jessica. I don't watch every single one of Emily's videos, but I do keep up here or there, and she's so consistent. She is one of the only ones over these years that have just absolutely stayed consistent with makeup. That is still her absolute #1 passion, and I still watch a lot of her videos. And Jessica Braun, her husband, and her are big traveling people. They go all over the world. They travel all kinds of different places, and they do vlogs about that. They also do Vlogmas that I'm interested in watching. A lot of different creators do Vlogmas. Jenica and Annika are a mother-daughter combo that I watch a lot of their videos, but especially Vlogmas. It's fun in the month of December watching someone every single day, and Tyler and Jessica Braun and Jenica and Annika are 2 that I watch their Vlogmas every year. Speaking of traveling, another couple I watch is Kara and Nate. They are extreme adventurous. They do these extreme challenges. They biked across America that took them like over a month. But I'm also watching tattoo content. Shout out to Treacle Tats, Lauren, tattoo enthusiast. She does a lot of great videos. Get a lot of inspiration from her. Cell Tattoo is a newer tattoo artist. She does kind of reaction videos, but also touching on, what she's going through, learning to be from apprentice to now an artist. Pony Lawson, who was on Ink Master, which of course I watched I think I've watched every single season of Ink Master. Cringy show sometimes, but also still love it. He does a lot of content, does tattoo critiques. I love him. I'm also watching photography videos like Jessica Kobasi. She is Lebanese like me, so shout out to her. Irene Rudnik from the Ukraine. She does great videos, photo shoot behind the scenes. It's so fun to see their process and how they shoot these models, and the portraits are beautiful. So I love their behind the scenes videos. Jessica also does America's Next Top Model reaction videos, and that's hilarious because, you know, I watched ANTM when I was a kid and how problematic it is, and it's funny to rewatch it. I'm also watching a lot of Drag Race content. I'm a huge Drag Race fan, so I watch like the reaction videos from Bussy Queen and Mira Mangle where they kind of rate the episode and go through the episode. Of course, I'm watching the Pit Stop and a lot of, you know, WoW Presents type of videos from the Drag Race kind of fandom. Drag creators like Novimpia, Nova and Olympia, Luxaria and Rolly are just kind of in that world. Juno Birch, love all of their content. Luxaria and Rolly are more kind of lifestyle reaction content. Luxaria talks about makeup sometimes, so she's a makeup artist and love all of her videos. Of course, gotta mention Brittany Broski, leader of Broski Nation. We love her. I watch her podcast, The Broski Report. I watch some lifestyle content creators, thrifters, Carrie Dayton and Alexa Sunshine 83. I love their thrift videos. They actually inspired me to go to the Rose Bowl in LA when I went on my last trip. I'm also watching art channels like Ten Hun and Slew. I've bought some of their merch and I love their art. They do such creative and interesting videos, so I love watching them. So that was just an overview of a lot of the different creators and types of YouTube videos I've watched over the years. I hope I didn't leave out any specific creators that I wanted to shout out. I'll put some names here in editing if I've forgotten any major ones. But thank you so much for watching. I hope this was an interesting little insight into my brain and the things that I'm into. Leave down below some recommendations of channels you think I might like, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching The Megan Show. Bye. How do we look? Are we centered? Can you see me? Ooh, I can oh, wait a damn second. Oh. Yes! This is perfect.